Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, December 21st, 2022 on the Drunk Poker. 'Tis beer time. It's my day off today. I did a lot of prep for the storm apocalypse that's coming. Got the snowblower ready to go, cleared all the stuff out of the driveway because we got the new driveway this year, and I'm prepped and ready. Got the salt ready, shovels are out and ready to go. We're fired up. So now it's time for beer. Mrs. Polk's late getting home. She's preparing for a family trip away. Where Mr. Polk is going to be left alone for like 12 days. That's not going to end well for anybody. From my pal and yours, Paulie G. Now, he just saw this at the LCBO and he picked it up for me. He's such a good guy that way, and I love that about our friendship. Is he's all about porters. And from Forked River comes the Full City Coffee Porter, and you'll see I have a bottle of it here. So this has been on my shelf for many years. I want to say this one's from like 2016. I had it in my beer advent calendar that year. I was just doing like regular Ontario craft beers. It was my first official one. Had done one the year before with all American beers. But one thing I remember about this beer is somebody told me about it, and I'm thinking this was 2015, and I couldn't find it at LCBO anywhere near me. And we knew nothing about beer, how to find stuff. And Mrs. Polk found it near her work in Oakville, and she brought it home to me, and I fell in love with it. They also had a rye pale ale that I loved. And when Paul got it for me, it kind of brought back that memory of, her finding it, he found it, and I get to kind of enjoy that memory. It has been quite a while since I've had it, obviously. Paul gave me this beer Saturday. It was in the car for 3 days. Luckily, the weather wasn't frozen. But, this is my favorite time of the year because I can leave beer in my car and it stays cold. So that's me. But I remember liking this beer, and I love Forked River. We haven't been there in a hell of a long time. I was actually thinking, if the weather holds, I could go to London early in January when I'm left out on my lonesome. I still say I love their logo. I don't know if you can really see it, the F and the R. It comes across really nice. Big, fluffy tan head. Sorry. I get up early today for no reason. I didn't have to, but I did. So let's get into this. Cheers, my friends. I need a little coffee, clearly. And thank you to my friend Paulie G for making sure I got some. Cheers. Just what I remembered. Like, honestly, it's a nice porter in and of itself. The porter base, you get that chocolate in the back, that nice roasted malt bitterness. But the coffee here is very nicely blended. It is a part of the beer. And there's coffee flavor in roasted malt, right? We get that. We have that. This is, in addition to that, this is a very nice, almost espresso feel to it. And it's just nice black coffee, chocolate, and then you get a nice bit of bitterness in the back end. It's a very simple coffee porter with nothing else adorning it. There's not a lot of adjunct in here. It's just coffee and beer. And I guess, to me, it goes together really well. And it's nice in a time when we're having all these bourbon barrel-aged beers and bourbon barrel-aged porters and adjunct porters and all this stuff, to take a step back and have a single adjunct porter where it's just coffee, to really process that and get a sense of, remember, this is where we started when we're talking about adjunct beers, right? We're adding stuff to beers. Everything that's not, yeast, hops, barley, water, it is an adjunct. So it's not a bad word. I know people want it to be a bad word. Not everybody. Most people understand it. But there's people who think it's a bad word. It's not. It's just adding to and it adds to the flavor. So it's nice to have that, and I really appreciate that because it's a memory beer, right? So you have those when you have that beer, and it reminds you of when you had that beer the first time, and you just kind of get to live inside that memory for a little bit. And that's kind of nice, I remember those days, just being so excited about finding beers and all this stuff. And I don't know, maybe I don't have the same excitement some days. I try to have that excitement, and a lot of the cool stuff. I got some stuff from the East Coast that Paulie got me, so I'm excited about that. But life, and it moves on. So it's nice to stop and encapsulate a memory in a beer. So thank you, Paulie, for that one. Appreciate it. Cheers, my friends. Find us at your local LCBO, 5.5%. Good breakfast beer, I'd say. Cheers. Put me in the right state of mind for beer advent and trivia tonight. Feeling good.